A university is not something that one simply opens, like a savings account or a jar of pickles. Any self-respecting academic institution was doubtlessly opened long ago by dignified people who wore bowler hats and spoke via subtitle. The world is a creation of the past, and it is our job to keep it all going and try not to touch anything.
Students are reminded to set reminders. Character required in lecture theatre.
Sir Nigel Bickleworth on 2 Point Radio. It's me, Sir Nigel Bickleworth, the voice coming out of your radio here on 2 Point Radio. Isn't it a beautiful day in this little county of ours? Not that I'd know, of course. No windows in the old recording booth. And while I have made several written requests to our management, this is actually just the way I like it.
Plagiarism is not a belief system.
see these figures. So let's use C for now.
Students are reminded that this is the fun part. Welcome, new students. We're more afraid of you than you are of us. Now taking students for Scientography. The academic year is starting. I hope you have a pencil. Starting in the science lab. Visitors should be checked in and then removed immediately.
If it's quite all right with you, I'd like to discuss crockery. Any objections? No? Delightful. Yes, I don't know who needs to hear this. I'd imagine it's most of you, but plating is not optional. When you slop food onto a tray, you turn your food into slop. Remember, we eat with our eyes. Though I'm sure some of you will take that as an instruction to start shoveling chowder into your sockets.
There's a fly in here. Students are asked not to ask questions.
It's time for Agony Answers, where I solve one of your tiny little problems with minimal effort. The following is from Forlorn in Freshly.
1 per 5
Nigel,
seconds.
the other day I accidentally left my dissertation on the bus. Could you please spread the word and see if I can get it back? Thanks in advance. Well, this is what you get for riding the bus. As for your request, I'd love to help you, I really would. But if I did, how would you learn? You see my dilemma?
Frequently asked questions. Yes, we are testing you. Staff are reminded that dogs don't eat homework. If you don't know where your class is it really worth going? Scientography lecture, starting now.
We all like a milkshake. But drinking too much milk can and will make you uncontrollably ill. Be safe and try to have very slightly less than that. This message is brought to you by the Milkmaid Corporation.
Library.
Students are reminded that some grades are personal. education is non-refundable. The more you revise, the longer you've been revising.
Sir Nigel Bickleworth laughing at you, not with you, on 2 Point Radio. We can all do with an occasional chuckle. It keeps the blood fizzy and the vitals convivial. So I present to you this next piece of music that is sure to give us all a good, long laugh.
I wonder how long it will take before typing becomes incredibly annoying.
Warning, stupid questions will make you look stupid. Unattended sandwiches will be eaten by me. Students are reminded that there's no such thing as free time.
Oh, sorry. Wasn't that terrible? I needed that. On the subject of laughing, and indeed needing, I see that many of our country's students are petitioning for additional reading materials. Frankly, I find it very funny. If you didn't already possess all of the course materials, why would you start the course? How bizarre.
No unauthorized talking on campus. Thank you. If you hear this, please drink some water. Thank you.
It's 100 minutes. Some nice stuff in here. I think this because this is things. Staff.
University gives you a bright future and clouds it with debt.
Today on Sir Nigel Reviews, I was faced with the formidable task of critiquing the inventively named Chewy Gum. Yes, I am tasked with assessing the various merits and shortcomings of this interminable taffy. I like a jaunt on the jape as much as the next fellow, but I draw the line at such chewy vulgarity as this. Chewy Gum, thanks, but no thanks.
Tuition fees may be spent on administrative bonuses. Frequently asked questions. Your food is cold because the oven wasn't on. asked questions. No, I will not be your friend.
We're approaching the twilight of today's radio voyage. If you're just tuning in, then I am sorry. But like ships in the night, we pass for only the briefest of nautical moments. Perhaps we'll meet again in some distant port. Perhaps you'll get your act together and tune in earlier tomorrow. Who knows? I've been Captain Bickleworth, righting ships, dropping anchors, and running out of sailor talk on 2 Point Radio. Ahoy!
Staff are reminded to be inspirational. Tuition fees are expensive, and education is priceless. Approaching the end of the academic year. Try not to worry. Is starting soon. Was there anything we wanted to do? End of year results are now available. No unauthorized panicking. Frequently asked questions. No, your chicken should not be pink.
Sir Nigel Bickleworth. Cheers, cheers! On 2 Point Radio. Forget what you're doing and give in to the saccharine melodies of my voice. I am Sir Nigel Bickleworth, and you may not know it, but you've just made a wonderful decision. The finest radio show in town. Coming right up.
Now taking students for virtual normality. The timetable has now been published. Schedule your lives accordingly. Welcome, new students. We're more afraid of you than you are of us. Announcement. Plants need water, remember? Students are reminded to find themselves.
This week on Sir Nigel Reviews, we'll be talking about a modern beat combo, a group that call themselves the Helium Baboons. I must admit, while it may not be my usual cup of beef tea, For contemporary mindlessness, and that's what this is, it was not as bad as most of today's dirge and drivel. Helium baboons. Not as bad as I feared they would be. 2 shrugs out of a possible 5.
Students are reminded that there's no such thing as free time. Frequently asked questions. Yes, we are testing you.
Place for 8 guys, and there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8. So maybe target.
It's time for Spill the Tea, where we take some finely dried hearsay from our shameless county and strain it for all the precious nectar we can. Education Minister Tarquin Foxbridge is under scrutiny for describing 2 Points youth as ambitionless nitwits, and I can see why. I can only hope that it's an abridged form of the full quotation. It would be remiss of him to forget that they are also loud, foolhardy, crass, smelly, and generally hopeless.
Students are reminded that you don't have to ask to go to the toilet. Visitors should be checked in and then removed immediately.